Hello everyone, Supervisor Jim Desmond with you here today. I want to touch on a couple of topics that have been happening federally that are going to affect people individually throughout the country. And basically leading us more and more towards socialism or redistribution of wealth. One of the things that just came out of the state of California were all the utility companies, SDG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, and all the public utility companies across the state are now going by a new law that was passed by our legislature in Sacramento, allowing them to charge people by how much income they make. How much you make in a year is going to determine the fixed rate portion of your electric bill. So before you pay for any electricity at all, you're going to have to pay a fixed fee. And the fixed fee is basically for the transmission of the electricity that's being purchased by your government officials here in the near future as well. But those large companies, SDG&E, PG&E, they're not going to be buying electricity on and off of the electrical market anymore. They're just going to be in the transmission business, and that's where this fixed rate flat fee is going to be. So if you have solar on your house and you're not really using electricity, you're going to still pay this fee. You're going to pay this fee whether you use electricity or not, based on your income. So the average San Diegan makes between $69,000 and $180,000 a year. That group is going to be paying about $900 per year just in that fixed rate fee before you even use any electricity. If you make less than $69,000, you're going to be paying about $400 a year. If you make more than $180,000 a year, you're going to be paying $1,700 a year as a fixed rate. Now, this is just the initial fee. This fee is going to be going up over time, so don't think that that's, it doesn't sound like too much. It's going to keep going up. And for those of you who bought solar panels, your investment in your solar panels, maybe you determined it was going to pay off in 5 or 8 years. You better add another 4 or 5 years to that payoff rate based on this new, in my mind, socialistic approach towards buying a commodity that we all have to buy, but if you make more money, and the state's going to be providing that information to the electric or utility companies based on what you filed in your taxes in the previous year. So the state is going to be sharing your tax information with the utility companies so they know how much to charge you. So what's next? Well, everything is next. Energy with electricity, next it could be gasoline. When you go to pump gas into your car, you put the credit card into the pump and it knows how much you make. So it's going to charge you this much per gallon. Whereas if you don't make much money, you're going to be paying less per gallon. Could go to food as well. Maybe because you make more money, you should pay more for food. This is a slippery slope of socialism. This is a slippery slope of redistribution of wealth and disincentivizes anyone for trying to improve themselves, trying to learn, trying to do better, trying to be responsible, and it's a slippery slope that I don't think America should be on. So on the federal government side, with their attempt for redistribution of wealth and socialism, the president himself has put forward this proposal to charge you more fees if you have a higher credit score. So if you paid your bills and you've got a great credit score and you've earned that over time by paying your bills on time and making sure you act in a responsible way, if you have a higher credit score, you're going to pay more in fees and more overall for your mortgage than somebody who has less credit rating. So if somebody has a 500 credit rating and you have a 700 credit rating, you are going to be paying a higher fee than the person with 500. And that's not even based on their income. That could be a person making $1 million a year and they just happen to get behind on payments and their credit score is now lower. It's based on the credit score. Essentially, you're being punished for good behavior, for responsible behavior. You're being punished by having to pay more in fees for your mortgage over the long term, the initial fees and payment fees, than somebody with a lesser credit rating. Again, just like with the electric fees and just like the mortgage fees that are coming online, you're being punished for doing good. This disincentivizes people from people being responsible. The government's going to take care of you. You don't have to be responsible anymore and prove it, with your credit ratings or your income. You're going to have to read. It's a redistribution of wealth. It's socialism at its worst, and I think it's really going to hurt us all in the long run. Thanks for checking in.